Good morning. It is Sunday, December 6th, and today we are heading up to the Sierra Estrella high point, which is not that highest bump up there, but just behind it. We can't quite see it from here, but we'll show you when we get up there. And it is a little over 4,000 feet. It's got a lot of prominence, and it's the highest point in the Sierra Estrellas, which can be seen from pretty much anywhere in the Phoenix Valley. It's pretty cool. Right now we're parked at the end of Ocotillo Road, which isn't actually a road, it's more just a dirt path. So to get here, I actually will post a map that includes not just the route of the hike, but also a route to get here from the last paved road, just so that you know the best way to get out here. But most of this is going to be off trail. Actually, it's all going to be off trail. We're just going to probably be hiking up a wash to get to the ridgeline there. And I'm here with my friend Eric, and we're going to be having a good day today. Hopefully it won't take too long. Hopefully get down before it gets too hot. Starting right a little bit after sunrise. Should be a good day. Okay, we've been going for about 15 minutes. We're about a half mile in so far. You can see down there is where we started. I'm not sure if you can see the power lines on there, but that's about where we started. Right now, it just seems to be an odd mix of trying to find your own way, whether that's through the sand of wash or some boulder hopping or rock hopping. So basically what we're doing is we're making our way up this general drainage here. We're going to curve around this ridge that's coming down right here immediately to the right. We're going to go up and around that and then up to that saddle right there. We have unfortunately lost our shade, but that's okay. It's still not a bad day out. It's still pretty good temperature. We're currently not quite in any of the previous routes that I've saved on my phone. But right now, I think what we're doing is we're gonna kind of aim straight for this rock outcrop on the contour. It looks like a cliff, and so I think right above it, it's flat. But I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna head straight for this rock outcrop and then skirt left, and that'll get us to the saddle that I was pointing to earlier. Nice. All right, we're only about 500 feet shy of the main ridgeline right now. We are 1.67 miles in. Here's a kind of a major cliff block that you can see most of the way up. Right now we're skirting right to the left of it, and we're going to gain the ridge right to the left of that cliff block. All right, we've made it up the drainage just above this cliff block. You can see right there is the part where that just drops off at that cliff. We skirted around it and then climbed up it because it looked like it might be a little bit quicker of a way up to the ridgeline, which is just right above us. So we're only about 150 feet shy of the ridgeline, and then we'll be ready to just do that short little ridge walk over to the summit. We've been walking on the ridge for a little bit, and it looks, when we first crested the ridge, it looked like we're actually getting pretty close, but everything is so much bigger up here. It's crazy. It looks like we still have a pretty decent amount to go horizontally, and then we still are about, I think, 900 feet below the summit. You can see the summit right there. So still got a little bit of work cut out for us. Right now we're just descending down to this lowest point of the saddle between the ridge we crested and the walk up the ridge, the next ridge up to over to the summit. All right, we've made our way mostly up from that one saddle, and now we're kind of just above that 0.4232. You can see straight across the way there. And we found this really cool hidden valley here, kind of tucked in between these two peaks, and kind of tucked right in the center of the Sierra Estrellas up here. It's really cool. Unfortunately though, somehow it seems like the summit keeps getting further away the closer we walk towards it. Not sure the physics behind that, but it is definitely what it feels like right now. Alright, we finally made it to the top of Sierra Estrellas. It's also called Hayes Peak, after Ira Hayes. He was a Pima tribe member who served in World War II. He's actually one of the people in the famous flag lifting picture from Japan from World War II that inspired the statue. Got pretty fantastic views of everything up here, but only once you cross the other side of the communications installation that's up here. But here we got the rest of the Sierra Estrella range directly to the south. You can see Quartz Peak, Butterfly Peak, and Montezuma Sleeping in the distance. You can see straight across the way South Mountain and the Montauk Range. And then there's Phoenix and all of the surrounding areas. Got fantastic views up here, and I'm happy to finally make it up here because I look up to this point at least once a day thinking about the top of this mountain. Here's the very impressive communications installation up here. I imagine bring it up here by helicopter. I don't think it's possible to bring it up any other way, but on the other side of this we'll get to see the other views. This does look like a helipad right here too. But now we can check out the views from the summit to the west. There's our drainage route we came up in between that canyon. There's straight across to that point 4232 and this somewhat hidden canyon over here. Here's this smaller part of the range to the north, and this is where the regional park is. I think officially we are on tribal land, so I think we crossed it once we got up to the ridgeline. So if you do venture up here, make sure to be incredibly respectful, and of course leave it cleaner than you found it. But it's definitely worth the trip up here. It's pretty fantastic. Probably won't give too many updates for the way down because I think we're out here a little longer than we're expecting. But we'll see you at the bottom. Alright, so we've made it down off the summit, and we're just a little above the saddle between the high point and this point 4232. Eric and I have been discussing, and I think what we're thinking is we're actually going to try to see if we can find a faster way down and just go straight down this drainage in between that saddle back down to the main drainage and see if that's any faster or better, or how it might fare. Maybe we're gonna get ourselves stuck, we don't know. But I think we're just gonna check this out and see if we can sample a new route and see how it goes. We've made it down to about 3,100 or 3,000 feet. This first little bit was a little bit overgrown and some spots kind of technical. Nothing too horribly challenging, but so far it's a little bit less easy than the way up. It's definitely faster just because it's quite a bit steeper, but I think at this point I would say I would not recommend this route. Alright, we're more or less joined back up with the original trail we came up on. We're kind of paralleling it for the moment, but we're just about 200 vertical feet back from the car. But if you look back up, we came from this saddle right here, and it was pretty steep up at the top and stayed steep for much of the way down. I think this one fairly fits into the category of we did it so that you do not have to. I definitely do not recommend that route. All the previously reported routes are definitely the best way. So if you're looking at my map that I'm going to post online, definitely follow the uphill route for both up and down. and do not follow my downhill route. All right, we made it back down to the bottom of this wonderful mountain. It was a very big day, but it was definitely worth it. The views up there were fantastic. This mountain range is just wonderful. It's relatively untouched. There's not very many people that come out here, and the vegetation, the mountains, everything, it's great. We were up just behind there. That's not the summit. The summit's actually right behind that. That was the Sierra Estrella high point, which is an elevation of 4,512 feet. Had a prominence of 3,212 feet. And it was a round trip distance of about 5.5 miles. We cut it short because we came the steep way down. But again, I definitely do not recommend that. If there are two pieces of advice I can give you from my experience today, first is not to underestimate this mountain. Second is not to follow my way down. And as usual, I'd like to express my appreciation for all those that have come before me. Did get a lot of valuable information from members of the Peakbagger community about different routes and options on the way up. Their ideas for the way up was great. Mine and Eric's idea for the way down wasn't so great, but now we know. And as usual, I'd like to thank Map Builders. It was very useful for this trip today as well. And then, of course, I'd also like to thank the original stewards of this land, which is presently the Gila River tribe, nation, or reservation. And that consists of the Pima and Maricopa peoples. Have a good day, everybody.